Good morning, friends. Welcome to Port Orford Public Library, where we are getting ready to celebrate the month of DINOvember. I know it just says November on the calendar, but because we have so many dinosaur friends here at Port Orford Public Library, we are going to celebrate DINOvember in all kinds of cool ways, with things that help us learn about dinosaurs and have tons of fun. So, I just want to let you know a couple things. One, these dinosaurs, who actually came directly out of extinction, our kitty cat's meowing, they came out of extinction to be part of DINOvember here. They are going to be up to some mischief every night in the library. So if you have your grown-up, check on their Facebook page. Every day you'll see a post of what they've been up to, and that'll be pretty fun. Also, speaking of fun, our first grab-and-go activity kit is going to be where you get to make your very own dinosaur egg rock. You'll paint it. In the kit will be one of these rocks, a bunch of paints, a few other fun things. So, as you can see, I finished my rock already. This one is ready for you. On the back, it's got a message that tells us, Happy DINOvember. Keep this rock or return it to Port Orford Library for a prize. So, why that message is there is because once you finish painting your rock, you're going to hide it somewhere around town. I don't know where you're going to hide it, but maybe we'll find some, and our friends will find some, and they can either keep it, join in the DINOvember fun, or bring it over to the library and collect a fun dinosaur prize. So that's just one of the fun things we've got going. Let me show you what's in this activity kit. So first thing you need to know is when to pick it up, and that is going to be the first week of November, Tuesday through Friday. So come in anytime we're open and pick up your kit. What you will find inside is your rock. It's ready to paint, and you'll find a bunch of these tubs of acrylic paint. And if you remember, when we've used acrylic paint before for some projects, it's great when you don't want the paint to wash off. If you want to put your rock out in the rain, it'll be fine. It'll just get a little wet, but your picture will stay there. The only bad thing about acrylic paints is that if you get it on your clothes or anywhere else that you didn't mean to, it's going to be hard or impossible for it to come out of there too. So we really want to be extra careful, and maybe that means keeping a grown-up nearby to help us with that part, because we would not want to make an extra mess. We just want to paint our rock. Also inside the kit is going to be a paintbrush for you. You might have some at home already, but there's going to be one in there for you. I'd also like you to hold on to this brush because I think some of our kits in the future might need it. So once you got your rock and your paint's all set, you're going to need a pencil to draw your dinosaur onto your rock. And there's a couple ways you could go about it. And one thing that might help you is that inside your kit, you're also going to get one of these little plastic dinosaurs to use for a model. He might be a dinosaur that walks on two legs. He might be a dinosaur that flies. Maybe a dinosaur that walks on four legs. There's so many different kinds. So you can look at the dinosaur and say, hey, I see some shapes in him that I can use to help me draw. I see that his head is an oval. His neck is almost like a tube or a cylinder. His body is a great big oval too. His tail is a long, long, skinny triangle. So I think looking at the shapes is going to help you to draw it on here. Another thing that you might do, which is really fun, a fun way to draw anything that you can use an actual three-dimensional object to do, is you can put your dinosaur on top of your rock, and then using a flashlight, which is a handy-dandy tool for so many things, including keeping you safe in an emergency. But in this case, we're just going to shine the flashlight against the dinosaur. I'm not sure if you can see it real well in the video, but I'm holding the light off to the side, which is making the dinosaur cast a shadow onto the rock. You could get a grown-up or a friend to help hold this so that once you see the shadow, you can trace around it with your pencil. Then you'll have the dinosaur shape all ready for you to start drawing and painting on it. So there's lots of fun ways you can approach it. And of course, it's your rock, so you can paint it any way you like. Once you get going on the painting, a couple things I know we've all painted before, but just a few reminders. If you want to mix some of your colors together, a pro tip is that we are going to want to wash our brush in between colors so that all the colors don't end up all looking the same, kind of like mud. Maybe when you're all finished with all the separate colors, you might want to make some muddy colors to put around it so your dinosaur looks like he's in the dirt or something. That could happen. But in the meantime, wash your brush in between each one, and also remember to wash it when you're completely done with your project, because that way you're going to be able to reuse it. Otherwise the paint will dry on your brush and it won't be any good to use anymore. So have fun experimenting with mixing the colors. You might add white to colors to make them a little lighter into a tint, or add black or another color to a color. You might use a different little dish or a piece of tin foil to mix your paints on, so you don't do it in the container. That way it keeps all your clean colors separate. So just have a great time painting. I hope you enjoy it. I like painting, so I'm hoping that you do too. And I can't wait to start looking around town for some of your rocks and see where you hide them, and see if some kids bring them into the library for a prize. So that's just the first of our activities going on for DINOvember. We're going to have a bunch more. Those of you who are going to school, there will be flyers coming out through your classroom. You'll also see flyers up at the post office. Or if you want to come by the library, we're glad to fill you in on everything going on. So it'll be a great month at the Port Orford Library. I hope you can come. I look forward to seeing you. Take care, y'all. Bye, friends.